Around this time last year, my husband Mark dug out his 20-year-old polyester tent from the loft for the first time since 2019, ready for a trip to Scotland. As he unpacked it for a test pitch in the garden, he sort of remembered it had leaked a bit the last time he used it, but nothing suggested we'd be faced with a shower of white bits when it was unpacked. As we pitched, it was obvious the whole of the inner waterproof lining had degraded, falling like tent dandruff when we went inside. The sealant tape on every seam was also peeling away, and the tent was no more waterproof than Mark's t-shirt. I've been testing tents for more than 15 years now, and I've even written the club's expert guide on looking after your tent, so I confidently declared it scrap, suitable only for recycling, perhaps into some elegant bunting. I discussed the problem with a couple of experts in the trade, and they agreed with me. But Mark, however, had other ideas. After a trip to our local Go Outdoors, armed with his club membership card for extra discount, he returned with cans of Fabsil Universal Protector and Gear Aid Seam Grip. It took a fair bit of work to clean up the tent and apply the products following the instructions to the letter, but when everything was finally dry, he ventured out with the watering can to test it. There were no leaks. In car valet terms, the tent was returned to concourse condition. Though to be honest, a tiny part of me still wondered how the newly proofed tent would stand up to a decent downpour. Perhaps inevitably Mark's trip to Scotland was in beautiful weather, so I still wasn't entirely convinced, until he tried it again in more typical autumn weather in the Cheviots in Northumberland later in the year. The tent remained resolutely waterproof in the height of a storm, and I had to admit I was wrong.